Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so picture this. You've got these whispers, right? Hollywood romance, kind of bubbling under the surface for months. Fleeting glimpses, nothing solid. And then bam, one big, very public moment. It's suddenly everywhere.
Yeah.
Today, that's exactly what we're getting into. Andrew Garfield and Monica Barbaro showing up at Wimbledon 2025. We're going to really unpack the maybe the strategy behind that public debut.
It's fascinating, isn't it, how these carefully managed appearances become these huge markers, like an official stamp sealing the deal on a story that was already being written as quietly.
Right.
So we'll look at what happened, sure, but also why it hits such a nerve with the public, you know.
Okay, let's do it. So the big moment, Andrew Garfield, Monica Barbaro, Wimbledon 2025.
Yeah.
Arriving together, hand in hand.
Can't miss that.
And our sources really paint the picture. They were coordinated. Head to toe, white Ralph Lauren. Very chic.
Very Wimbledon, yeah. That classic look.
But the kicker, the moment everyone seemed to capture, was that that sweet kiss on the cheek. Right there for the cameras.
And those visuals are everything. They send such a clear message without saying a word. The matching outfits showing up as a unit. And then that simple gesture, that kiss, it just screams, we're together and we're okay with you seeing it now. It shifts things.
It totally does. Because, as you said, it confirms what everyone was already talking about, those months of quiet dating rumors.
Right.
Sources say they've apparently been an item since, what, early 2025?
Right.
But keeping it super private until this point?
Which makes Wimbledon feel very intentional. It wasn't their absolute first time being seen, was it? Weren't there other little sightings?
Exactly. That's the contrast. Before Wimbledon, it was way more discreet. Think Glastonbury, maybe? An after party for the Met Gala.
Oh, right. Those little breadcrumbs.
Yeah. And even just a few Malibu strolls, as one source put it. Glimpses, not this grand statement.
So Wimbledon wasn't just an outing, it was the outing.
Pretty much. Our sources are calling it a hard launch. Explicitly.
The hard launch. Okay. Interesting term.
Yeah, and they say it marks a new phase for Andrew and Monica. It signals they're actually comfortable with a bit more spotlight on their romance.
And that choice of venue, Wimbledon, is key too, isn't it? It's not just public, it's prestigious. It lends a certain class, elegance.
Totally. It frames the relationship in a specific way, not just a fling, but something more established.
It takes it from rumor mill gossip to something, well, almost officially sanctioned in the public eye. A deliberate move away from those quiet, maybe, are they or aren't they moments.
And the fan reaction. Predictably huge.
Oh, I bet.
Our sources say the internet is just thrilled. People are calling them the new Hollywood power couple.
Wow, okay. Power couple status already.
Yeah. And what seems to have really landed well was their PDA described as classy and intimate. Not over the top, just nice.
And that's probably why it resonates. It feels authentic, even though it's obviously a public moment. It's curated, yes, but it gives fans something positive to latch onto.
Right. A curated fantasy almost.
Kind of, yeah. It lets people invest emotionally, feel part of the story, but without the usual celebrity messiness. It's clean, it's elegant. And honestly, that kind of positive buzz is good for their individual brands, too.
So thinking about this for you, our listener, what does this whole arc from private to very public really tell us about, celebrity relationships today in this digital age? It really shows how much fan interest, the couple's choices, and even where they choose to make their debut shapes the whole narrative, doesn't it?
It really does. How one single appearance executed just right can totally shift the public story.
So summing up, we went from quiet whispers to this big public statement at Wimbledon. Andrew Garfield and Monica Barbaro. It wasn't just watching tennis. It was them reshaping their public story, igniting tons of online chat.
It really drives home how one event can create this global moment, shifting how everyone sees them.
Yeah.
And leaves you with this thought, doesn't it? In this era where every time a celebrity steps outside, it can become news. How much privacy is actually left?
Good question.
And what's the real impact on them as people of having to constantly manage that line between their private lives and these very public, often strategic reveals? It's a constant balancing act.